Oh, see, this is funny. See, everybody enjoying the fact that what we did here was use Anthony Joshua's picture with Joseph Parker's entrance on tonight. Man, this was a fight that was very lethargic in a way, right? Some people would say that it wasn't lethargic enough, but if you ask me, this fight right here, this fight was very lethargic in a way, man. This is what I have to say about this whole entire fight before we dive into the true full analysis of this fight and what's to come as far as the future is concerned for Anthony Joshua. But as of right now, man, I'm really stuck on where we are right now. And what I mean by that is I'm stuck on the simple fact that I'm not really truly taking a liking to what's to come for Anthony Joshua in the future. And what I mean by that is, I'm sorry for the long pause, but what I mean by that is, from what it is I've been seeing throughout this entire fight with Joseph Parker, it just seemed very lethargic to me, because everything it is that you wanted to see from Anthony Joshua, we really truly did not see it today. We didn't. I thought we was going to be able to see him really truly be more aggressive, given the fact that he slimmed down 12 pounds and he was trying to be pretty much the aggressor throughout the whole entire fight. We thought he was going to be very aggressive from that point. But at the same time, Joseph Parker fought a really, really good fight. Joseph Parker was not a slouch. He wasn't what everybody thought he was going to be. And I felt as though, depending on how you scored this fight, depending on how you scored the fight, I didn't think it was such a wide spread, 118 to 110 twice and a 119 to 109. Just like Brandon Corey Cunningham just said, this fight was very tactical. And this is a fight that fight fans, we really love. We love fights like this, right? I love fights like this, the ones that are very tactical and every punch matters, and every punch in this fight right here mattered. And it was very, very good. This fight was very, very good. I take nothing away from either fighter at all, period. Both of them gave us exactly what we wanted to see. Shouts out to Anthony Joshua for getting the job done on tonight. He is now the IBF, WBA, WBO, IBO world champion. And he only got one more belt to go before he becomes undisputed. And we're going to get to the Deontay Wilder talk later on. But, man, Marcus Brunner say Parker got robbed. Bro, everybody who's tuning in right now, you're getting an opportunity to call in. The call-in number is 404-382-0984. I'm going to drop the call-in number again in the comment section. But I want everybody, to call in and give their opinion on the fight, what it is they think they saw. And do you think it was a true robbery? I just posted, if any of you follow JSN Boxing at all, period. If any of you follow JSN Boxing, I just posted the Bronze Bomber's response to the whole entire fight. And he felt as though Joseph Parker got robbed as well. He think Joseph Parker fought a hell of a fight. And he just feels as though he got robbed. But a lot of people are saying the fight was as close than what the judges' scorecards was. And the referee was pretty much ass in this fight, yo. The referee, to me, he stopped a lot of what we felt as though was good work. He stopped a lot of it from happening, especially on the inside. I had a problem with that. The fight that was going on the inside, things that was going on the inside, he should have just let that go. that's something that we as fight fans, we want to see what's going on the inside. We want to see these fighters get on the inside. We wanted to see what Joseph Parker was going to do on the inside. And we seen time and time again, AJ trying to slip that uppercut, man. Well, it was about 3 or 4 times AJ was about to slip that uppercut in and land that uppercut on Parker. Now, he did catch Parker a few times, but I thought Parker did great work as trying to get to the body. And just like everybody's saying, the ref ruined it. He did. But Joseph Parker was doing really good work going to the body of Joshua. I seen Joshua take a lot of deep breaths, when Parker was landing that right hand to the body when he was trying to get on the inside. But at the same time, man, I wouldn't mind seeing this fight again before we see the Wilder fight. Because Joseph Parker presented, really good things in the fight that I felt as though was really good. Now we got a caller calling in. I'm gonna go ahead and jump to the phone lines. Well, you just hung up, but so whoever calls in again, we're gonna go ahead and go to the phone lines soon. You guys call in, but getting back to what it is that I was saying. The uppercut he was trying to slip in that uppercut, man, like 2 or 3 times, whether it was with the left hand or the right hand. But he kept missing. And what was good was Joseph Parker, he knew exactly when the uppercut was coming. He knew when it was coming because he was blocking it. It was like he'd have his arm up, and soon AJ would throw the uppercut. He would be blocking it with his arm. So he was there in the fight the whole time. You could tell he was focused. He was ready. He was anticipating everything that Anthony Joshua was getting ready to throw, which was good. But the jab, I felt as though Parker had the better jab early on. But as the fight was getting into the later rounds, I think AJ jab became more stronger. After the 6th round, it became more stronger. But we're gonna go ahead and get to the phone lines and see. Yo, state your name, where you from. Hello?
Frederick Merritt, Jacksonville, Florida. Man.
Yo, what's going on, bro? What's your thoughts on the fight, man?
Yo, man, it was a good fight. I feel that Parker won in the early rounds. They, started winning the later rounds. But I'm just trying to figure out how the judges got it the way they had it. The referee, let's be honest with you, they wasn't letting them do no inside work at all. I guess he said, hey, listen, I'm too small. I'm not about to be wrestling with y'all. I'm just going to come in here. I'm going to tell you to stop. Then I'm going to look. I just noticed AJ tried to do that little uppercut, but when he tried to come with the right hand, he tried to hold Parker head down with the left hand like how he did Klitschko.
Right.
That's some slick shit. But let's be honest with the whole, even Sky Sports knows they ain't Doug and Wilder. They're trying to buy their time till Fury get ready, and they're trying to get more money with that fight. So Parker basically was just a sacrificial lamb. Come in there, you can do whatever you want to do, but the judge is going to give it to AJ because they're not messing up that money.
How do you feel about
that's all it is, man.
How do you feel about him calling out Tyson Fury as well? Outside of just saying just Wilder, he threw Tyson Fury name in there as well. Do you think they're going to give us Tyson Fury fight before they give us the Wilder fight, given the fact Fury has been getting in shape and is looking, fight ready according to him?
I mean, I see what they're trying to do. I mean, it makes sense for them because, I mean, he's been out of the boxing ring for a long time. And Tyson Fury, I'm trying to get a tune-up fight first. Then I'll go after AJ. That would be a smart thing for him to do. But if I'm AJ, hey, listen, you can come get this fight right now. I get you out of there, get this money, and then we can move on to Wilder. That's what I would do if I was AJ. But, I mean, they just clearly buying time. They really fight Wilder. So, hey, listen, let's just get this fight with Fury, get this money, and then make Dillian White fight Wilder.
Right. So, let me ask you this last question. What did you think about as far as the whole fight in its entirety? Is it a fight that you would want to see again with a different referee? Did Joseph Parker, do you think he presented anything that was, detrimental to what Anthony Joshua may face when he faced Deontay Wilder? If he faced Wilder?
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm not seeing it again. I mean, Joseph Parker's head movement was good. He was doubling up the jab really early. He was kind of throwing Joshua off. I'm not sure if Joshua was just trying to wait it out, make him get tired, and then kind of load up in the later rounds like he kind of did. But, I mean, I don't know how fighting Parker would help with fighting Wilder, because Wilder's longer. He's got a better jab. He can kind of stand back, and he's got power like Parker really, to get your attention like that. He just was doubling up, head movement, moving around, clinching when they got close, which was a smart thing to do. But, I mean, Wilder's just one punch, you might be out of there. We all know AJ got a glass chin, man. He's not about to play with Wilder.
At all, period. So, hey, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you calling in, bro, and giving your thoughts on the whole entire fight as it pertains to these guys. But hey, we're gonna move on to the next caller. Appreciate it. Hey, make sure you like and share and subscribe, bro, to the channel. We got great content, man, and we're gonna definitely keep this thing rolling. So you guys, I mean, this is what I'm looking in the comment section, and Mike Ortiz said the ref was straight paid. He was straight doo-doo. He said shout out to or respect to Parker, but he should have faced Ortiz. And everybody's saying they're not interested in a rematch, but I kind of agree, not being interested in a rematch, but that's a fight down the road that I wouldn't mind seeing again. I wouldn't mind seeing Joseph Parker versus Anthony Joshua again if Joshua is successful against Deontay Wilder. I wouldn't mind seeing that again. But at the same time, I mean, how do you guys assess what it is that Anthony Joshua did in this fight right here versus what it is he's going to be able to do against a Deontay Wilder? Because to me, I think AJ was very slow offensively. He looked a little lethargic in the early rounds, and it was hard for him to get his offense going. But he did a great job of cutting off the ring on Joseph Parker. I mean, he set up Joseph Parker in a whole lot of traps in this fight. I saw a whole lot of traps that he had Joseph Parker in, and if you're anything like a true fighting fan, when you see guys put guys in traps like that, and I'm sure when Joshua go back and look at the film, when he had Parker in the corner at least 5 to 6 times, he wasn't doing anything at all, period. I was looking for him to be very aggressive, maybe get him in an angle to where you could at least land a right hand. It was like he was just standing in front of him, controlling them, with the jab, and that was pretty much it. I mean, I was looking for him to like really truly try to be aggressive and go for the knockout, when the opportunities presented itself, because the opportunities presented itself a whole lot in this fight. Frederick said maybe the weight loss was a bad thing for him. He only lost 12 pounds. But he was able to go through all 12 rounds. He was able to go through all 12 rounds. And to me, going through all the 12 he showed that he can do it, right? He showed that he can do it. So we're moving on to the next caller. Yo, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. How you doing?
Hello?
Yeah, we're right here.
I'm doing all right. Okay, I'm a big fight fan, man, and what I think was he come in 12 pounds lighter.
Yeah, he came in 12 pounds lighter in this fight. He was 242 in this fight.
Wow, that really make a heavyweight coming in 12 pounds lighter, and he wasn't nothing wrong with, wasn't nothing. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't all that weight that he put on in the first place, and that was fishy about that. I think the man was on steroids, and now everybody's starting to talk about that a little bit.
Hold on, who you think is on
a little bit light? Cause
who you think is on steroids? Anthony Joshua?
Joshua.
Really?
Yes, sir, man. Yeah. Yes,
wow.
sir. That's why, because that's why. Remember when he said he would fight until the 2019 or 2020?
Right. Well, yep. They said that it's a time frame. It's a time frame they have until February of 2019 to make the fight with Deontay Wilder due to mandatories and everything like that that'll be coming up in 2019.
Did he for medical? Now say that again.
You talked about 2019, right? I said, well, in 2019.
Yeah, remember he said he wouldn't fight Deontay Wilder until 2019 or 2020. He said he wouldn't be ready for him.
Right, but right now they have until Eddie Hearn. He says a whole lot of stuff, but according to Eddie Hearn, they have until February of 2019 to make the fight with Deontay Wilder, based upon mandatories for all the other titles that AJ is holding right now. Some of those.
See, they don't have no mandatory. Like Deontay is a champion. You don't have to fight a champion, man. They ain't mandatory against a champion of another organization. So whoever said that don't make no sense. Champions don't have to fight each other.
No, they don't.
Now champions have to make a defense. A defense usually about once a year. Usually at least a year, once every certain amount of months, 15 months or something like that. They have to defend their belt. But they don't. It ain't about like a champion don't have to fight no other champion.
See, but that's
not mandatory.
I understand that, but what I was saying was, you just said it. He has to defend his belt against a mandatory within 15 months or a year.
Yeah,
he has yet to do that at all.
That's ranked in the organization that he in.
But unifications do trump mandatories, but at the same time, if Deontay Wilder,
unification would trump a mandatory, because if people want to see it, they're gonna they'll pay them to stay out the way or whatever like that. It don't matter.
So what is your thoughts on
mandatory?
What are your thoughts if Deontay Wilder was to face Anthony Joshua? Who are you picking in that fight?
If they test them randomly, Deontay power would just be faster. I think dude was on something. I think that they starting to scare him because they mentioning it.
So you think AJ is scared of Wilder?
He come in a heavyweight, 12 pounds lighter. That don't make no sense.
Well, he lost weight.
In the first place.
He felt as though he was a little bit heavy in the Charles Talking fight with all the muscle. And
did he say that?
Yeah, he talked about that.
He said that before?
He said that before.
How long ago did he talk about it?
In training camp. He said he felt as though he was a little bit too heavy. His training camp for Joseph Parker.
Oh, he said it this training camp.
Yes.
Training camp when Deontay Wilder started. When Deontay Wilder first started about he didn't.
Well, it seems as though we lost that call, but let's get it straight here. This is what we got to get straight here, and I'm going to say this. I don't think Anthony Joshua is juicing. I'm not going to sit here and say Anthony Joshua is juicing. I'm not going to sit here and throw him under the bus. You know what I'm saying? Like how we did with Canelo, because Anthony Joshua never tested positive for anything. So we can't say that he's juicing or anything like that until he tests positive. You know what I'm saying? We gave Canelo the same benefit of the doubt until he tests positive with two failed tests of clenbuterol. But we're not going to do that with Anthony Joshua here, because we have no evidence of him juicing at all, period. But what we're talking about right now specifically is this fight with Joseph Parker. How would you assess this fight? And at the same time, how do you assess a fight with him and potentially going against Deontay Wilder? This is a fight that everybody wants to see. So since everybody wants to see this fight, based upon what you saw from Anthony Joshua tonight and what we saw from Deontay Wilder against Luis Ortiz, who will win the fight? Who will win? And I'm looking forward to everybody giving their take on what it is you seen in this March Madness between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder? Ron said AJ didn't look great. I agree with you, Ron. He didn't look great at all, period. Not to me, not to my liking of what it is that I wanted to see from him, because I wanted to see him being a little bit more aggressive. But it was a great tactical fight, though. I mean, it was very tactical, and that's, he got the victory. So I take nothing away from what he did. He seemed as though he stuck to the game plan, and he did not step outside of his game plan of what it is he wanted to do as far as this fight was concerned. And that right there, I don't have an issue with at all, period. When fighters stick to their game plan, he said he wanted to commit to the jab and stay behind the jab. He did exactly that all night long. He cut off the ring on Joseph Parker. I think there was moments where he could have attacked Joseph Parker, when he had him in the corner and on the ropes, but he didn't. But at the same time, hey, it is what it is. But I want to know, who do you all think is going to win against Wilder and Joshua? Because he done called out Wilder. So he said we're going to see what we're going to get later on in 2018. So we could have this fight by the end of the year, which I'm thinking we're going to get this fight by the end of the year. Deontay Wilder fucked up, man. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Deontay Wilder screwed up, and this is why Deontay Wilder screwed up. All he had to do was come there to the UK, take $100K, do the commentary, and that was his moment to shine. We could have had a face-off between him and Anthony Joshua. We could have had that shit tonight, man. We could have had it. The face-off was right there. The face-off was there. And the fact that he was not there, Deontay Wilder screwed himself up. This whole entire time, I was really trying to figure out, why am I agreeing with Eddie Hearn? And that was the exact reason why, right there. All he had to do was shut his mouth, come to the UK. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Come to the UK, do the commentary. They paying you $100,000. Damn it, I'll go to the UK for $100,000 to do commentary. And you sat right there and could have been in the ring facing off with Anthony Joshua. Because AJ, guess what? AJ won. And you know what AJ was going to do? With 80,000 sitting in those seats, and everybody know Wilder is in the building. Wilder, bring your ass up here. Bring your ass up here. And that was a face-off right there. But no, Deontay Wilder want to sit here and play like he the fucking A-side when there's no way in hell he's the A-side, bro. You got to sacrifice something. You got to give up something if you Deontay Wilder, bro. You got to give up something. You can't sit here and act like you running the damn show when we already know AJ is running the show. I sat right here and heard a staggering statistic with Showtime when they sat right here and said the last 3 fights of Anthony Joshua, he done put over damn near 1 million. 1 million in the seats. 1 million. Ron, he would listen. They did not want to script Deontay Wilder being in the ring. They wanted to just happen if AJ wanted it to happen. Go back and follow my page, bro. Follow my page. You will see exactly what Anthony Joshua said. Anthony Joshua said specifically, I say who comes in my ring when I want them to come to my ring. I'm not scripting nothing with Deontay Wilder. Because for one, I got to win the fight first with Joseph Parker. All he was doing was staying focused on Joseph Parker, bro. What do you mean this is not true? You have to go back. You have to go. Listen. That's why I tell people a lot of these boxing pages, you got to stop following, because I'm giving you all the best content on a consistent basis with the top of the line stuff that is coming specifically from the fighters, the promoters, and whatever. We have exclusive interviews on this page. Everything it is that you can ask for on this page. I work hand in hand with Nestor Gibbs. I work hand in hand with the Boxing Voice. I'm telling you guys, I know what I'm talking about. I'm not just saying this just because I'm saying it. I'm not. Shout out to Paul, bro. Paul knows exactly what I'm talking about. Paul pays attention. We have to pay attention, guys. AJ done sent, what do you mean tell AJ to send the contract, Fred? You heard him. The contract is there, bro. It's up to Deontay Wilder to accept the terms. All he got to do is accept the terms. We trying to sit here and try to put the blame on Eddie Hearn and AJ. Guess what? They doing numbers, bro. They know what was going to happen when Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua meet. They know the numbers that they can make. What they having an issue with is Deontay Wilder accepting the terms and agreeing with the terms, and then the fight will happen. Guess what? Deontay Wilder, to me, I'm feeling like he's the one who's scared. He's the one who's running. And I'm going to tell you why he's the one who's running. Guess what? This was your moment to shine, bro. This was your moment to shine. It was your moment to shine. We could have had a real true face-off right there with you and AJ. Could have had it. We're nobody worried about Dillian White just because he called you out. Hell, you know how many other fighters were calling out Floyd? Floyd didn't pay them no mind. But you sitting up there worried about, oh man, they're going to try to make me face off with Dillian White. Oh, I ain't trying to have that. Really, bro? Come on now. He screwed this up. Deontay Wilder screwed this up. And we got to call it truth. You got to state facts, man. 80,000. Look at the media that was there covering. Look at the media coverage on this fight alone, period. This is more media coverage than Deontay Wilder would have with his fight with Luis Ortiz. You mean to not tell me that? See, this is what Eddie Hearn was trying to do for Deontay Wilder. And I played this on my last show. I played this audio on my last show. Eddie Hearn said, for one, what I'm trying to do with Deontay Wilder is make him more money, right? Because it's going to be a career payday. I'm trying to make him more money. And at the same time, I'm trying to build his brand. I'm building his brand. So if he's building his brand and trying to give this man more money, and they paying you to come to the UK to do commentary, and there's an opportunity. See, what he tried to do was control what was going to happen at somebody else's arena and at somebody else's time. You can't control what's going on in somebody else's household, bro. That's like me going to Ron's house or Frederick's house or anybody else's house who's tuning in and try to control their show. Ain't no way in hell they gonna let me control. Listen, Ron Goodall, he ain't gonna let me control his household if I go to his house and try to run everything at his house. Frederick ain't gonna let me control his house. Marty ain't gonna let me control his house. Ain't nobody in here gonna let me control their crib. So why would they let Deontay Wilder control what's gonna happen with Anthony Joshua? That's common sense. Eddie Hearn and Deontay Wilder gotta put these issues aside or whatever it is. I mean, because right now at this point, I'm really starting to lean more towards everything that Eddie Hearn and AJ is talking about right now as it pertains to these two guys versus what Deontay Wilder got going on, man. It just seemed like Wilder is just all over the place. He's all over the place right now. But the phone lines are open, man. Y'all call in 404-382-0984 so I could get y'all thoughts on the fight. Not just the fight, but your thoughts on this particular matter between Deontay Wilder not being there at the arena where we could have potentially had a face-off between the guys. I mean, it's open. 404-382-0984. Hey, I'm waiting. Because the money was there. Everything that he wanted was there. And I mean, I don't know. But shout out to my boy Joseph Parker, man. Joseph Parker, the fight went the distance. Albeit it may not have been exactly what we wanted as fight fans, because a lot of people was probably screaming for knockouts, because a lot of the fights that I done watched so far this year has been a knockout, and this is one of the biggest fights that have went the distance. And I just feel as though this fight right here has to happen this year. Deontay Wilder gotta accept the terms. I don't care, bro. You gotta accept these terms, because guess what? Floyd Mayweather did it. When he fought Oscar De La Hoya, he accepted the terms against Oscar De La Hoya. He did. He was the B-side against Oscar De La Hoya, and he accepted the terms and everything it is that Oscar De La Hoya wanted to do. Yo, what up? What, a caller hung up? But if you're tuning in, hey, go ahead and call back, bro. It seems as though you hung up. I don't know what happened, but at the same time, dude, that's just how I feel. This fight right here between Wilder and Joshua has to happen. It gotta happen. I don't know what it's going to take. If it's going to be more so of Deontay Wilder, really truly stepping up to the plate, and just saying, you know what, fine, I'll take the 30, 40%, whatever it is they giving me. I'll come to the UK, and guess what? If you're that guy who everybody think you is, you can become king. You can become king. You're going to make a career payday, and you get an opportunity to knock out AJ in the UK, bro. Why wouldn't you want that? If this was me, listen, Fred, just because he tell us he would accept the terms, he never did accept the terms. Just because he told us that doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. Yo, what's up?
Yeah, man, you telling one side of the story. You making it like Deontay Wilder, like the bad guy. Or he the guy who's scared to fight.
Why isn't Deontay Wilder over there in the UK? Make that make sense to me.
Because they told him he couldn't get in the ring.
No, they told him that they weren't going to script anything. And if AJ wanted him in the ring, he would call Deontay Wilder to the ring. Let me ask you, if I came to your house and told you...
We don't do that. I used to be a fighter. You don't do that. What you do is, when people wanted to fight Muhammad Ali or Muhammad Ali wanted to fight somebody, sometimes he just made a scene. And he wanted to fight them, and he told them, sometimes the other fighters, George Foreman and all of them, got in the ring before the fight, and they talk crazy or whatnot. That's how boxing is. It's not like it's a fight. It's not like all this, you organize, and them guys gonna tell you can get in the ring or not. No, it don't work like that.
No, this is how it works. You're going to the UK. You're walking into Anthony.
Like
you're walking into Anthony. You're walking into Anthony. I was
a kid. Now I'm 53 years old.
But guess what? Times change, things change. This is Anthony Joshua's house.
No, it don't change. It's a fight.
Change happens,
if you don't want nobody to get in the ring, you must be afraid of them.
That don't need no.
Why you don't want
he
to
never
get
said.
In the ring?
Hold on. He never said.
He did.
No, listen. He never said Deontay Wilder ain't gonna be in my ring at all. He said, if I invite you to my ring, go and look at my page, man. I dropped the video exactly to where it is. He said,
if I invite you in my ring.
If I invite you first, he said, first thing first.
All the years of boxing, when guys want to talk about a guy or get a fight with a guy, they say what they're gonna say. They get in the ring. It's just like I said one time on this boxing forum. I said if Deontay Wilder was to go to that guy's press conference and smack him to try to get a fight up out of him, he'll call the police and charge him with assault. Now, a fight is a fight. If you smack me, I'm gonna fight your ass. Then I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do to you in the ring. We're gonna get it on. Ali got a fight with Sonny Liston by riding to his house and parking on his lawn and called him a big ugly bear, telling him to come outside and call the news on him. And news reporters came.
Well, let me ask you this. So
he got the fight.
So this is all I'm trying to explain. If Deontay Wilder would have came, made the 100,000, did the commentary, and then after he did the commentary, after AJ won the fight, it's 80,000 people there who knows Deontay Wilder is sitting ringside. AJ just won the fight. Do you not think that AJ is going? Do you not think? Hold on, but everybody? Listen, if Deontay Wilder was in the building, everybody would have known because they would have put him on the jumbotron. But my thing is
it may.
Do you think
maybe
that?
Maybe.
Do you think that Deontay Wilder would have not been in the ring after that fight?
He told him he wasn't going to. That's what Deontay Wilder said. I'm going by what he said. He said they told him he couldn't get in the ring, and they were going to have maybe even foul charges against him if he tried it.
I don't know about the foul. I don't know about the filing the charges. Now that was rumor.
Then why come if he's scared of him? Tell me this. Now tell me this, Mister. If he's afraid of him, and he's still calling him out. That's kind of brave, ain't it? If you scared of somebody, you really scared of somebody, but you still calling them out, then that must be kind of brave.
Right.
Because I heard you say he sound like he the one scared. No, that don't sound like he's scared.
It seemed like
it sound like he said when the man said. Now tell me this: if he's so brave, why did he try to get on Deontay's jock and tell him, hey, I won't be ready for him until 2019 or 2020? And he thought Deontay was gonna eat that like, oh, he thinks highly of me, but he didn't eat it like that. He said, oh, it must be something this guy's trying to hide. Let's fight now, punk. Don't get off my nuts. Let's fight now, punk.
But he's saying this from afar.
And then he said, all of a sudden he said, now I'm the A side. If he's scared of him, why he calling him out like that?
I don't think he's scared.
He called him out.
I don't think he's scared of Deontay Wilder at all. At all, period. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Why come he won't fight? Why does he? What's the hold
because Deontay Wilder won't accept the terms. If a man
talk to me like that, we gonna set it up and it's gonna go down.
Deontay Wilder won't accept the terms.
There's gonna be some money. Even if I don't take it right then, I'm gonna start talking.
Listen, Wilder.
I'm gonna start talking.
Deontay Wilder has yet to agree to the terms, and that's facts. He's haven't agreed to the terms,
man.
Yes, he do.
They talking about they ain't got no contract. That's what it ain't even about the contract. They don't got no contract. And now you saying Deontay talking about he ain't gonna agree to the terms and all that kind of stuff. No, that's not that. That ain't what I've been hearing.
This is yeah, exactly what you've been hearing.
Professional fighters in the game.
But that's what you've not been hearing. But this is what's being.
A lot of fighters that's in the game.
That's good. But this is what's going on between these two guys. There's been
How do you know?
Deontay Wilder has
because what you saying ain't what they saying.
Why? How? Everything it is I've been saying has been what? Listen, everything I say, I have played on my show.
I've
played Eddie Hearn. I played Eddie Hearn.
I
played Eddie Hearn audio clippings. I played Deontay Wilder audio clippings. I played Anthony Joshua audio clippings. Everything that comes out their mouth.
About a contract that Deontay wouldn't sign yet.
They asked Deontay Wilder to agree to the terms. That's all they said. Agree to the terms. They said agree to the terms. That's all they said.
Okay, but I didn't. He didn't say nothing about. He didn't. He said that Hearn. He said that. Okay, now, well, he win with anything because they ain't even been dealing with him. They haven't even been saying nothing to him or about him until Eddie Hearn said something. Eddie Hearn said he really don't want to fight. He said because everybody wants to fight. What's his name? Everybody want to fight AJ. He said everybody wants to fight AJ, but they don't. You know. He said Parker still came up and stood up to the plate and all that kind of stuff.
He said Joseph Parker agreed to the terms. Joseph Parker agreed to the terms.
Put that other guy first. You know, and I'm talking. What's the other guy's name? Wyatt.
Dillian White.
The other guy, Wyatt, whatever. But Deontay said, I'll fight him if he put in the contract that what's the name will be next. Joshua will be next. Eddie Hearn said, yeah, we can talk about that. He didn't say it will be a definite. He said we can talk about that. I heard this with my own ears.
Right.
He said, yes, we can talk about that. Okay, now how is that saying that it's a contract that he wouldn't sign?
Well, this is what's going on here. When Dillian White won his fight, I'm telling. See, you're not giving me a chance to speak. I let you sit here and you spoke. Now let me speak.
I've heard.
This is what's going on.
Okay, yes, sir. Speak.
After Dillian White won his fight, they wanted Dillian White and Deontay Wilder to fight so that they can continue to build the brand of Deontay Wilder. That's what they're trying to do here. They're trying to build Deontay Wilder up so that they can make the most money.
Deontay Wilder he don't need no brand build.
Listen, bro, Deontay Wilder is only putting 6,000 people in the seats in America.
Okay, that's in America.
That's in America. So imagine
and that's what they
if
told
this
you.
is
That man more people
if these two guys fight, it's going to be pay-per-view, right? It's not going to be free like how they giving us stuff on Showtime and Matchroom. It's not going to be free. It's not going to be free. So they're thinking of the possibility of this fight being pay-per-view. But so if this is pay-per-view, majority of the pay-per-view buyers are going to be from the UK. They're not going to be. Numbers. They're not. Who's doing numbers? Deontay Wilder's not doing no numbers, bro.
I said it'll already do good numbers just because of them two guys.
So if
Now,
it
he may
do,
not do the numbers that he do because he in England. I bet well, our money worth more than that. I bet they price cheap seats probably real cheap or something. Champions, and we done had them for years. We done had way more greater fighters than
they stand behind their fighters.
Used to beat their fighters by mistake.
They stand behind their fighters. Something that we lack to do here in America. A lot of people sit here and they never stood behind. Like that, they never stood behind Floyd Mayweather, but they paid to see him. America didn't stand behind Floyd like that, but a lot of people paid to see him. That's why Floyd fought guys from different other countries.
Floyd, yes, they did. Floyd got a big following. Floyd had a big following. Everybody's people along the way, and Oscar put him on the map. Super size.
So guess what? You say you're an old school fighter, right? You say you're an old school fighter. Fighter, right? So guess what? Why is it that
you can call it whatever school you want?
Okay, you're a fighter. And when Floyd Mayweather fought Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather was the B side. He told you this specifically out his mouth. He said, "I had to sacrifice."
That was he was the B side.
But he said at that time. He said, "I had to sacrifice. I had to sacrifice some things in order to become the A side, and I had to win the fight."
He might sacrifice a little something. But
so why is Deontay Wilder not willing to sacrifice anything? Is what I'm asking.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. But you saying that they got a contract already, but they don't. They don't. If they did, they ain't said nothing about it. I don't know where you heard it, or if
I'm hearing the same
inside lane than anybody I know.
And all I'm saying is that they said that Deontay Wilder has yet to agree to the terms.
When
they told Deontay Wilder plenty of times. I've heard this plenty of times from Anthony Joshua's mouth and from Eddie Hearn's mouth. Tell him to sign the contract. But what they've been doing, Deontay Wilder has three.
Been saying two words about Deontay Wilder.
He said if Wilder wants to fight me, tell him to sign the contract. And we heard the same thing, vice versa from
easy to say.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
To say that.
And guess what? It goes vice versa.
It didn't cost him a damn thing to say that.
And it didn't cost Deontay Wilder nothing to say that.
Always said Floyd was. They said this about Floyd. They said that about Floyd. They had the whole world. They had people on news shows. I'm like, why don't you take the fight, Floyd? And when in reality, it was because the man wouldn't take no random blood and urine test. He was scared of needles, all that.
So for one, okay, so do you think, you already said that you think AJ is on steroids, right? You think AJ on steroids?
But you know why? You know why I said that?
What's that?
You know why I said that? Because when he got on Deontay's jock, soon as Deontay said, no, when he said, I won't be ready to fight him until 19 or 2020, because, he was trying to make him seem like trying to get on his jock, like he thought Deontay was going to take that as a compliment. Deontay Wilder make him take a test before they fight. And he had 3 guys fail from Europe. He had 3 of them fail from Europe. He got some money out of a couple of them for messing up his fight plans and everything. He sued them. And Joshua know that Deontay fighting him fair and square. And he knew he that's what I think he was ducking. It ain't so much about he ducking Deontay. I think he ducking the random blood and urine. Or the random blood tests,
But he's on VADA testing.
He's ducking the random test.
He's on VADA testing just like Wilder's on VADA testing.
And he gonna get on the man's jock, and then when the man said, "Get off my jock, let's fight now," then he said, "Well, I'm the A side." Well, why you talking like you ain't? Why you trying to big him up? And when he said, "See where I'm from, that's how we do it."
Right.
And when he said, "Get off, man, punk, let's fight now," then he said, "Well, I'm the A side, so I won't fight you nowhere but in Europe, and I still won't do it." And now they're trying to buy time, fight Wyatt first, and then everything. Everybody else get to fight you, but the man you can make a whole lot of money off of, you trying to make him jump through hoops and do backflips. And if I was him, I wouldn't even worry about it no more. I would go on with my career and focus on my shit, on what I'm trying to accomplish, and he'll look like he looked. I wouldn't be worried about that. I'd be just focused on mine and just being the best I can be. And should have fallen into place like it did for Floyd, more than likely.
Right. So
because when them guys be on stuff like that,
who do you think Deontay? Say for instance he don't get an opportunity to fight AJ by the end of this year. Who do you think is a good, credible opponent for Deontay Wilder?
I haven't really been keeping up with the heavyweights like I used to.
Right.
I haven't been really keeping up with them like I used to, but yeah, he could probably beat some of them European bums, get them tested first, and get them randomly tested. And a lot of them, after they get randomly tested, they won't be as good as they was. It seems to happen like that. He won't be as good as they are, and
like we saw with Pacquiao,
yeah, they got some things he could work on to make himself a better fighter. And if he learn how to get his rhythm and work, don't always try to knock everybody out, because that kind of hurt him at times against Ortiz. Ortiz was a real good counter puncher, a real good southpaw counter puncher. And when Deontay would really sit down on his shots, when you commit to the shots, you're easier to get countered, because you ain't thinking about nothing but what you can do to him. You ain't thinking about how good he is to counter what you do. And that's why a lot of times guys who can punch really hard or have a certain punch that they can really send, when they plant and commit to that take a little time. And as they take that little time to commit to that, they're a little vulnerable. And what's his name came back real quick with some little counters and everything. But Deontay finally, just bombed him out. He finally slowed up a little bit, and Deontay bombed him and got him on up out of there. And I wish I could work with the guy. I'd get the guy a little bit better, because he got real good athleticism, real good reflexes and things, and he could be a better fighter. He don't got to try to knock everybody out. Knock it comes, especially when you can hit like he can hit. You don't sit down on all of them, but the ones you sit down on, if you can hit a guy like the way athletic as he is, if he could set it up and get it off better, and he's going to land more. And just like Tyson, if Tyson could hit a guy with about 40% of what he throws, it's knockable. This guy could be the same way, but only he got reach and everything.
Right.
He could stay away from danger and keep other guys in danger, learn how to feint more and work off of feints and everything. Yeah, I'd be looking at that guy. I'd be thinking that guy could be much better, but he's damn good just because he's so gifted anyway. But them guys, ain't none of them guys as gifted as him.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and go to some other callers, man. But I really do appreciate you calling in and giving your thoughts and how you feel about this whole entire fight. You definitely drove the show on today, and man, I'm looking forward to speaking with you. As this thing continues. So you should definitely be calling in the future on other shows, man, because you can definitely be a voice for the people. They loving you in the comment section.
Yes, sir. And I love boxing. I've been around it all my life, and I love it. And I love, yes, sir. I will do that.
All right. Well, you
keep this number.
Oh, most definitely. You have a good evening.
Okay, and be fair. And be fair on yourself. Look at both sides. Don't always play one side.
That's how I am.
Is always in the boxing establishment.
That's how I am. Like if you tune in to the channel more, you would know I'm a guy who always try to give things from both sides of the view, and I've been giving it from both sides of the view for a long period of time up until this point of what we saw from Deontay Wilder on the past 3 days. From what we saw from him from the past 3 days up until now after the fight, it just made me feel some type of way, because guess what? All I'm saying is Deontay Wilder could have had.
What did he say? What did he say to make you feel like he was scared when he the man that called the other man out?
Because he could have had his moment of truth if he was there in the UK today. This could have been Deontay Wilder's moment of truth.
They using him to promote. Did they come to his fight? Was they at his fight?
No, they don't have to come. Why would they have to come to his fight?
Why come to what I'm gonna come to your fight for? and then you tell me I can't get in the ring.
But he came.
What am I
He
coming
already.
in for? You want me to be there to help?
He came to the UK before though.
Bring you attention and help bring you more attention.
But they
you
paying
ain't
you.
promising me nothing.
They paying.
That's all he said was
They paid him to
he
come.
Said he'd even fight. He said he would even fight White, and he said I'll fight him if he put in the contract. I heard this with my own ears.
And I heard the same thing too.
Eddie Hearn's answer to that was, "We'll talk about it." That don't sound like definitely. That didn't sound like that. Even
But
though
at the same time, they was paying him to come over.
in your face. They can say one thing in your face, and then they can say something else behind your back, or something else in the. Make it look like, especially if the media back them up, and they can make it look like this the bad guy, or this the guy don't want to fight. He don't want nothing, or they gonna try to make it seem like his demands are just outrageous, so we don't want to fight him, or they want to give him nothing. He know he's drawing attention too. Everybody talking about this. This
Right.
the real heavyweight challenge. If that guy gave him a challenge, this guy is the real heavyweight challenge. I wish he had a little more, and so they talking about it like that. And so as they talk about it like that, it's a lot of bullshit going on. This man, he believing he can beat this man, and this man keep ducking him, and they keep trying to make him into the guy that's ducking him. And why, if he was ducking him, why? Right?
Oh, it sounds like we losing him. Oh man. Well, he was giving some, he was giving some good points, from both sides. Majority from Deontay Wilder's side. He was he was speaking up for Deontay Wilder, which is good, because Deontay Wilder needs somebody to speak up for him right now at this point, because I'm pretty sure not only me, but a whole lot of other people are going to feel the same exact way of how I feel, that Deontay Wilder should have been there tonight. He should have been there, man. He should have been there tonight, only because this was his real true moment of truth right here. This is a moment of truth. And the reason why I say it was a moment of truth, you sit here and talk about you wanted to be in the ring and could have faced off against Joshua. What Deontay Wilder messed up at was this is what people not understanding here, because they're so flabbergasted by the whole, oh no, he's not getting in the ring, da 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 da. All they said was, we're not, the key word, scripting anything, because they're trying to take care of business with Joseph Parker first. That's it. That's all that they were saying. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play the audio for you all, so that somebody was just calling in. Caller was just calling in. Hey caller, if you was just calling in, just make sure you just call right back. Definitely call right back. But I want to play the audio for you all, to where people are not understanding what I'm talking about. Yo, what's up? Yo, what's going on?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Is this Jeremy Sports Network?
Yes.
All right, cool. No, I just wanted to piggyback off the last caller, man. I agree with him 100%, man. It's a lot of hypocrisy going on over there and over with Eddie Hearn's camp and the things like that. Not the caller was presenting. Look, I'm a boxing fan. I've been watching this for years. I know money is like a huge part of the game. But after a certain point, the fans dating it. They fighting between is bullshit. There's no need to have another fight. No one else has. This is the fight that we need to watch. The Wilder and the AJ. And you already heard Eddie Hearn has set up this little plan about bringing Wilder over here and talking about, I'm going to control everything you can do to build up the fight. You don't need to do that. It's already built up. Put them together. It's free promotion for you. And that's it. He gets in the ring. They talk. But see, Wilder was like, look, I'm not about to be over there and get set up. I'm not about to get set up. He's already agreed, saying, hey, I'll go to the UK and fight. So that's checkmark one right there. He's always calling him out. He's not saying anything else but I want to fight him. So what are the terms that he has to do to overcome to get the AJ fight?
Do Do you think that Wilder being there in the UK would have gave us everything it is we wanted to see? The face off, everything. Because we're getting away from the fact
It's
that
not the fact of Wilder doing it. Here, I'll let you finish. My bad.
Oh, well, what was you saying? It's not the fact that Wilder's doing it.
You mentioned earlier that, hey, Wilder can't go over there and control, the whole arena and stuff. I agree. I understand. There has to be an equal term on how it comes about. But when you really think about it, if Wilder goes in there, does he have any control to do anything? Let's say he goes there and they don't bring him to their ring. What if they do everything in their power to make a mockery of him? What if they don't give him an opportunity? What if they set him up? Then what would be the opportunity? What if they put Dillian White in his face? What if they put all these roadblocks and distractions, give hella airtime for that?
But
then they're like, oh, okay.
You really think with 80,000, you really think with 80,000 there, everybody paying the whole world paying attention, that they was just going to blindside us and throw Dillian White there and just really truly keep AJ away from Wilder? You really think they would do that? Because they definitely would have been hurt by and being blasted through the media with everybody saying, now we know who's really scared or not. I don't think they would have did that, man. I think they probably, Wilder and Dillian White probably would have met after the press conference that they had set up for Deontay Wilder on yesterday, after the weigh-ins. They would have probably had a face-off or something or whatever to where them two met then. But after that fight, if Wilder was sitting ringside doing the commentary, bro, I don't think they would have stopped them two guys from facing off. I think AJ would have called him in the ring, because who else is there for AJ to call out? Because you sat right there and heard the guy doing the interviews. He kept asking questions about Wilder. What about Wilder? They would have made that face off happen, bro. It wouldn't have been nothing about Dillian White at all, period. And that's what I don't understand. Why did people totally miss that part of it?
Look, it's always we're doing the hypothesis, like always, and what if and stuff. We shouldn't even have to get to a point where we have to bring them over, sit them down. The fight should already be in making. Like you, me, there's tons of casuals. You can go over Instagram. Everyone's asking for the fight.
Right.
So
I agree.
At this point, all we're just asking, even if Wilder wasn't even there, like the whole interview wasn't like, yo, let me put, like, if I was waiting for it, if AJ was like, yo, I'm gonna put this on blast, you don't have to interview. I want Wilder. I want him now. I want him here. These returns later. But he didn't. The interviewer had to keep bugging him because AJ kept trying to turn around, like, yeah, sure, whatever. Just like Dillian White said. Why would he bring up Dillian White's name? Why can't he just speak for himself? He brought Dillian White's name in there for what? A conversational piece. That's not necessary. Wilder and AJ. Just like Dillian White said, let's go. That's another self-promoting roadblock that he's putting in. So let's just say that he doesn't get the fight, right? Let's say Wilder doesn't get the fight. Who is more deserving to fight AJ than Wilder? Nobody. Nobody is deserving to fight. So at this point, if we see AJ fight Big Baby Miller, that's what they're all trying. And he goes over to the U.S. and fights in Brooklyn, is that a hypocrisy or not?
Oh, yeah, that's a hypocrisy. I agree with you on that point, but from this point, I don't even think he should level himself. I'm not saying Big Baby Miller, but he don't have anything to offer. And if you're AJ, you don't go that route because he don't have anything to offer. Deontay Wilder got everything to offer for you, and that's becoming undisputed. But he said specifically that he wants to be undisputed. Every fight that he's been in, his last 4 fights have been title fights. Well, last 4 fights have been for a title, world title. And so obviously his next fight is going to be to become undisputed. But I'm going to jump to the next caller though, bro. I appreciate you calling in, man.
Yep.
Yo, what's up? State your name, where you from?
Hey, Jeffrey from San Antonio, Texas. How's it going, Jerry?
Oh, what's up, Jeffrey? What's going on, bro?
What's going on? Hey, man, just wanted to, chime in a little bit, man. So, I think that goes both ways, but I really do think that Eddie Hearns is just trying to, script everything and keep everything in within their control. To be honest, I heard the report that, quote unquote, they had a restraint. They were going to file a restraining order against Wilder to keep him from getting in the ring. My thing is, and like the previous caller, hey, I'm old school. Dude, call you out. Hey, man, let's get it. Now we understand about the money thing. We understand that. He's packing in. AJ's packing in 80,000 plus. We understand the price that they pay for tickets and for pay-per-view over there is less than what they do in America. So, once again, we understand the money. We understand all that. But my question is, what kind of terms were put out there? Because I haven't heard of any terms. And this is a fight that I'm really, really, and this is a fight that I really, really want to see. But I'm not, you keep saying, I keep hearing you say, hey, Wilder won't agree to the terms. Well, what are these terms? Are these is it just that, there's something that's between them that we as the public should know? You seem like you have a little more information, so, I want to see what you got.
Well, for one, none of us have seen the contract and what's been put out there, but what has been said was, they wanted 50-50 split, right? Well, Deontay Wilder wanted a 50-50 split, but they were telling Deontay Wilder that no, it wasn't going to be a 50-50 split, and we already know who was going to take majority of the share was Anthony Joshua. So, however they set the terms up, so I'm not sure specifically on how they set the terms up and what's all implemented within the contract, but at the same time, they want Deontay Wilder to understand that he is not taking majority share. Now, Deontay Wilder said, well, okay, if I don't take majority share, let it be flip-flop in the second fight if I win the first fight. And so with him saying that, it sounds as if Eddie Hearn agreed to it when he did the interview with Radio Raheem. When Radio Raheem interviewed Eddie Hearn, and Radio Raheem told Eddie Hearn exactly what Deontay Wilder said as it pertains to how Wilder terms are and what it is that Wilder wanted. Eddie Hearn said he would agree to that. And so, but they said that. But go ahead.
No, and I was just gonna say, to be honest, and this is my personal opinion, say, man, I don't trust Eddie Hearn, and that's just because every time. See, the thing is, and I'm gonna say we as fans, we wouldn't have a problem if every time the dude stepped in front of the camera, he wasn't singing a different song and dance. We wouldn't have a problem if if he was consistent about what he's saying. Every time, and I done seen his interviews, and I done heard what you played, and I done seen all that. But every time the dude talk, he's saying something different. And where I'm from, say, man, if you're gonna say something, say something. Be truthful about the situation. Be honest about the situation. Be honest and say, hey, man, it's a money thing. We understand. Like with Pacquiao, hey, man, I'm not gonna take no blood tests. I don't like needles. Okay, I understand. Be honest, or But every time this dude steps in front of the camera, he's looking to throw shade. He's not being consistent in the information that he's putting out there. And to be honest, once again, I'm gonna say this. Say, man, I'm not gonna say ain't nobody got no cojones. Fighters want to fight. So I'm pretty sure these boys want to fight. But at the same time, come on, man, we would like to hear something come out of AJ's mouth.
Right.
But and here's something other than the bullshit rhetoric that Hearns is sticking. Because once again, I'm just gonna be honest. You let a grown man call me out, I'm gonna say something. I don't care what's going on. Facts. I don't care if there's money on the line. I don't care if there's I don't care if there's money on the line. I don't care what it is. Negotiation. Say, dude, you're not gonna call me out and question my man. And that's the problem that I have. If AJ would open his mouth and say something, then you know what? All the other bullshit, I can deal with the bullshit. But the problem is that one, Hearns keep talking about terms. Nobody has specifics on the terms. So once again, somebody can say, I can say, hey, Jeremy. I can tell somebody, hey, Jeremy got $1 million. But once again, that's me putting that out there. Who know what you got? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So once again, if AJ would stand up as a man and say, look here, bro, I want to fight. I want to meet you at the table. We need to iron this out. And I'm a firm believer. I am a firm believer. All the BS aside, all that stuff aside, if AJ opened his mouth and said something, this fight would take place. But he wants to sit back. He wants to sit back and let his people talk for him, which I understand. But come on, man. We talking about the sweet science. We talking about the noble sport. We talked about that. We talking about the thinking man's game. We talking about boxing.
Right.
We ain't talking about checkers. We ain't talking about. Come on, man. As a man, he need to stand up and say something, dude. If he would stand up and say something, I would be more than happy to just sit back and patiently wait. But the problem is, dude, he ain't saying nothing. And you know what? It's a damn shame that he got 3 books now. And you still gonna be dancing around the fact that, hey man, you got this dude over here, regardless of whether he packing the ring, regardless of who's supporting him, dude got the WBC belt. Come on with the bull, man. Come on. I'm just being honest, Jeremy. Once again, I don't throw shade. I ain't trying to throw dirt on nobody, but once again, man, I'm a realist. I deal with facts, and based on what I'm saying, man, it's my opinion, and that's what I see. Your opinion is what you see. But
right.
Once again, in all of this, forget all the rigmarole and all that. AJ needs to step up and say something. He needs to step up and open his mouth. The fight's gonna happen. Now the question is, AJ, are you gonna open your mouth and openly come out and say, I want to fight this dude? Come out and openly say, you know what? Hey, I'll fight you if you beat Dylan White. I'm with all that. Floyd did that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, come on, he got that grown man. You got to say, man, you can't let another man speak for you, especially when somebody calling out talking about they're gonna knock you out.
Right.
Hey, bro, that's just my insight, man. That's just my take, dude. Once again, enjoy your show, man.
Oh man, thank you for calling in, bro.
You doing your thing, man, and I'll continue to support. So that's just my opinion. Go ahead, my man. You be blessed.
Thank you. You do the same.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. I wanted to play this audio for you all, and this was before the fight, and my point on what it was I was trying to say on why Deontay Wilder should have came still to the UK, because this is what could have eventually happened. And this is the point that Anthony Joshua was trying to make. He said, I didn't want to script anything because I wanted to win the fight with Joseph Parker first. And I'm going to play this audio for you all. 1 second.
Wanted me to come over and commentate for them. Mm-hmm. And I told them I'd come on one condition. And the terms was I get in the ring with Joshua at the end of the night.
If he wins, because I picked Parker.
Right, if he wins. Mm-hmm. And they said it was cool. They said it was all right. So I was like, all right, cool, I'll be over there. Then, a couple of days later, I get a phone call from my manager. He was like saying that ain't going to be able to happen because Joshua talking about up into the security on me. I even heard about restraining order.
The only thing I said with not getting in the ring, right, my opinion is that you don't dictate to me that you're getting in my ring. I invite you in. That's the difference. Don't tell me that I'm getting in the ring after the fight. I've got to win it, number one. And number two, I'll call you into the ring. That's where I stand with it. Do you know where I'm coming from? So that's how I was looking at that situation.
What was wrong with that? Like, That's the whole point of what it is that I was saying. Why it was not like he told Wilder, like, you're not getting in my, like, I'm not letting you in my ring at all, but I will invite you into my ring, because guess what? It's his time. It's his time. And it was his time again after he defeated Joseph Parker. He said he had to win the fight first. And then once he won the fight, if Deontay Wilder was sitting there ringside, I promise you all, he wouldn't have had no choice but to call Wilder in that ring. He would have invited Wilder to the ring, because guess what? You got 80,000 people sitting there, and you mean to tell me you gonna not call Deontay Wilder in the ring, and you know that's what everybody wants to see? It would have been bad PR on his behalf. But they would have let him in the ring, but it would have been based upon an invite. It wouldn't have been more so of, you know what? You're going to come get him, after the fight, you're definitely coming to get in the ring, or whatever the case may be. Because that you got to understand, that ain't how Anthony Joshua working, man. He ain't working like, he ain't built like the caliber of the old school fighters that's out there. He ain't built like Tyson. He ain't built like the Muhammad Ali's with that type of mindset. He's more of the humble, everything got to be on a respectful platform. You know what I mean? That's just how he is. That's how he is. He's just one of those type of guys. Like, everything has to be about respect with him. And when he feels as though everything has to be about respect, then, that's just how he operating. But he was just saying he didn't want Deontay Wilder to control what it was that he was trying to do at that time as far as scripting anything. They weren't going to script anything for Deontay Wilder. If the moment happened, then the moment happened. That's all I was trying to say. That was just the only point that I was trying to prove. But I got Deontay Wilder's immediate reaction to Joseph Parker losing. He felt as though Joseph Parker was robbed. But here's his immediate reaction to the channel, to Joseph Parker.
Always told me, if I ain't had something nice to say, then baby, don't say nothing at all. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Is out. The baddest man in the world, the baddest man on the planet, and that's facts. Where my bomb squad people at? And we out.
Fucking. That was the immediate reaction, man, for Deontay Wilder right there after the Joseph Parker fight. But he did felt as though it was a robbery. Y'all can go and check it out. I posted his immediate reaction on my channel already. It's already posted on there, as well as his comments and what it is that he said as it pertains to the fight at hand. But hey, guys, I mean, this is just where we are right now in the sport. We're waiting to see if the two giants clash, the two titans clash. Everybody wants to see Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. I can't wait to see if that fight happens. Who's all going to be on Wilder's side? Who's all going to be on AJ's side? It's going to be a fight for the ages, and I'm looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to it. Shout out to everybody who has been tuning in and commented and liked and shared the show. Hey, without y'all, it wouldn't be no show at all, period. But I think and I appreciate everybody's opinion. You know what I mean? And that's what makes boxing so great, because we all have different opinions, and we all want to see something of this magnitude. And we ain't gonna let our feelings get in the way. We ain't gonna let nothing be personal. We're not here to disrespect each other or nothing like that at all, period. We all got opinions. And me, y'all know how I am. I'm going to let everybody express how they feel and vent on how they feel about this fight, because this is something that's big. You know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing that's easy. This is something that's big and been built, and it's being built to be, something on the magnitude of Mayweather and Pacquiao. It's being built to that caliber. And so, I'm looking forward to seeing how things pan out. But like I said, I appreciate every single body for tuning in and weighing in and giving their thoughts on it, because hey, we wouldn't even be here right now if it wasn't for you all, period. This fight wouldn't have been what it is if everybody didn't tune in to the fight, period. It wouldn't be. But everybody tuned in, everybody gave their opinions, and guess what? I enjoyed it. I enjoyed everybody's opinions. I enjoyed how everybody feel about the matter. I enjoyed talking to the old schools. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing like hearing old school fighters and just the old school OGs, you know, come and give their thoughts on certain opinions, man. It's like barbershop talk, you know what I mean? You can't beat that. This stuff that you can't get, you know what I'm saying? You can't get this on any other platform. You ain't getting this on ESPN. You ain't getting this on nowhere else. This is everybody giving their full, raw, immediate reactions. And hopefully, by the end of the year, this fight right here is to be made. We don't want to see nothing else. I don't want to see Dillian White versus Deontay Wilder. I wouldn't mind seeing it, but I just don't want to see it. I want to see this right here. And I don't know who got to do what. You know what I'm saying? You got Joshua saying that they need to agree to the terms. You got Wilder saying, well, y'all need to agree to these terms. And we don't know. None of us knows, right? All we can do is dictate based upon what it is that they're putting out there as far as giving the fans what we want to know. But new media, our job is to dissect every single thing it is that they're saying, break it down, give it to everybody whole. We're going to cook it up, chop it up, do whatever it is we need to do so that everybody can have full, clear statements on how this thing is panning out between Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. Not only this fight, but other fights that's taking place in the sport of boxing. Now, y'all already know next week is going to be a great week. We got, what? It's Ears Landy Lara and Jared Swift Hurd, April 7th, going down. James DeGale fight is happening against Truitt. That fight is going down. Man, we got a lot more boxing going on and finna be happening throughout the year. So this is a big year. Adrian Broner, Jesse Vargas, Gervonta Davis. Y'all need to go and check out Adrian Broner and Gervonta Davis show that they have on Adrian Broner's channel. It's really cool, you know what I'm saying? You seen Broner and a little bit of sparring that he was in, and you saw Gervonta Davis sparring Montana Too Pretty, and you could tell Tank was being Tank. You know what I'm saying? Tank was here in the ATL sparring against one of my great friends, Eric Moon, and shoot, boy, you gotta have defense when you sparring Gervonta, man. Gervonta is just so slick and punch so heavy-handed. I mean, he got cracked at 130 pounds, man. He cracked like he at least 175. He got cracked like that. But you know, I'm looking forward to the rest of the year in boxing. I'm looking forward to everything that's going to happen and take place in the near future, and I'm looking forward to you all continuing to call in and supporting the channel. Please go ahead, if you haven't so far, just go ahead and like Jeremy Sports Network page, man. I'm telling you all, you get great content updated on a regular every single day. Follow my Instagram at JSN Boxing on Instagram. Follow me on YouTube. You get stuff on YouTube as well at Jeremy Sports Network, and on Twitter at Jeremy_sports. So it's all there. You know what I'm saying? Great content, up-to-date content. I am the go-to boxing king. And like I said, shout out to Anthony Joshua on getting a victory on tonight. He did it. He now holds 3 of the top sanctioning body titles, as well as the IBO. And hopefully we get to see him versus Deontay Wilder at the end of 2018. It's your boy Jeremy Flanagan, man. I'm signing out. Y'all have a great night. Peace.